Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, July 11th through Sunday, July 17th. But you know what, before I get started, I would like to say that I've noticed a lot of you are return viewers, but you're not subscribed to my channel. So if you could take the time to do that right now, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, it really helps to keep my videos in circulation for other people to view, and actually any kind of interaction, even liking or sharing or commenting on my videos. It really helps me to put these videos out, to continue putting them out. Okay. So, anyways, let's see here. The aspects for this week are. The first is on Wednesday, July 13th. It's also the full moon in Capricorn, but full moons and new moons are covered in your monthly forecast, so you'll have to listen to it there. Anyways, on this day, Venus in Gemini trines Saturn in Aquarius. On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer sextiles Uranus in Taurus. And on the same day, Venus in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer conjuncts Mercury in Cancer. And on Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer trines Neptune in Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer trines Neptune in Pisces. So let's get to your forecast. Okay, so for Taurus, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your second house trines Saturn, transiting in your 10th house of Aquarius. So just having Venus in your second house is kind of like attracting money. Your second house is earned income, how you earn your money, and your possessions, the things that you value, many other things. But just having Venus here does attract even Venus-related objects like art or anything of beauty. But the thing is, there's a trine to Saturn in your 10th house of your career. Okay, so I would have to say that that's what's involved here. Is something is going on, like with, let's say, a higher up possibly, or anyone who is in a position to give you a raise or more money for some reason or other. Even if you're like self-employed, this could be like with a client that you have, kind of like a prestigious client even. But it just looks like you're receiving more money on, maybe not necessarily on this day, but it's in talks. Maybe you are in discussions with someone to increase your income. On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your third house sextiles Uranus, transiting in your first house of Taurus. Okay, and on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your second house squares Neptune, transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. So the very nice sextile from your third house of communications and travel, local everything. It's like your neighborhood, your neighbors, where you would normally go throughout the course of your day, people you would run into, things like that. And during one of those trips possibly that you're taking, even if it's just to the gas station to get gas, you could run into someone that gives you some kind of news about your neighborhood possibly, or third house is also your siblings and your relatives other than your parents, okay? Your cousins, aunts, uncles, things like that. So you could either hear something about them, you know, or something that's going on in your neighborhood that's like good news, okay? It's like news coming to you, though, in a roundabout way. It's like in passing, you know. You either ever hear people talking about it or somebody tells you something outright. Now, with Venus in your second house, again in Gemini, squaring Neptune in your 11th house of Pisces, and your 11th house being your most sociable house, your house of your friends and acquaintances, socializing online on social media, but it's more like socializing in person, so going out to hang out with your friends or whatever. And all this is one of those, oh, do I spend the money on doing this or that? And yeah, it looks to me like you're going to. You know, you might think you don't want to spend the money doing something, you know, but you also feel that you're missing your friends, or at least one in particular, or you're just not missing them, but you're missing going out. You have to get out of the house. You have cabin fever, okay? On Sunday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your third house conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your third house. So this being the house of communication and travel, but Mercury is the natural ruler of this house. Okay, this is the written word, spoken, whatever. But this is news of some kind. It's either a conversation or it's news. Okay, like news coming through the regular postal mail or email, or you know, text message, any kind of conversation that you have with someone that could be kind of important. It's happening, you know, like a few days after the full moon in Capricorn in the 9th house, which is directly across from this third house. So it could be a pretty big deal. It could also be, though, the first day of a trip that you start, more than likely a road trip. But this is a great time to start. It's a nice aspect to have to begin any kind of, like I said, like a trip of some kind. You know, it could even be, third house is usually short distance travel, and it could even be a day trip or overnighter, weekend, something like that. On Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your third house trines Neptune, transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your third house also trines Neptune in Pisces in your 11th house. So this is pretty nice too. You know, this is news again. Okay, like your 11th house is also any kind of organization or group that you belong to. So if you were trying to join something at this time, or there were some changes that were going on within an organization that you belong to, you would be hearing them on this day. But this is good news. This is good news coming to you. Also, 11th house is dreams, hopes, and wishes. So there could be something that you know you've wanted to do. Maybe it requires, you know, a group of friends, having them with you. It's something that you don't do alone. It's going to take other people to help you with. So I would think that on this day they agree to whatever it is that you would like to do. Remember, Neptune in your 11th house does make you see, in a way, your some of your friends unclearly through rose-colored glasses. Okay, you're making them a lot nicer and sweeter than they actually are, and you're letting them slide on a lot of stuff that you put up with. Okay, so this could be one of those days where you just like cut you know, right to it, and it's out in the open that you're on to them, or it could be just one person that's among your group of friends that is not who they say they are. They're really pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. Okay, but this is a very nice aspect, really good for travel, really good for communications. Okay, so for Leo, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 11th house trines Saturn, transiting in your 7th house of Aquarius. So, very nice trine from your 11th house of sociability. Okay, it's your most sociable house. This is where you go to hang out with your friends. Okay, a group of friends or acquaintances that you know, whatever it is that you guys do for fun, even. This is also the house of organizations that you may belong to, but it is your like most sociable house. It's wanting to socialize in person, but you can also be just like on social media and whatever. And at this time, you know, you could have, I don't know, your friends, maybe they want to meet someone that you're seeing. Your 7th house is your close relationships. This is business, romantic, or just a close friend. And a nice trine here means that maybe you're bringing out whoever it is that you're seeing. It could even be a new friend. You're just friends with this person, but you're bringing them out to meet your group of friends or to hang out or do something with everyone on this day, okay? On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 12th house sextiles Uranus, transiting in your 10th house of Taurus. And on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 11th house squares Neptune, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. So first of all, having Mercury in your 12th house of secrets and behind-the-scenes actions taken by you or someone else, I always call this the big investigator. A lot of times when Mercury's here, you get curious about someone or something and you start asking a lot of questions, kind of doing it in secret or just not being really obvious, okay? So you could be trying to find out something in order to help your position, though, okay? The sextile to Uranus in your 10th house of your career and your public life. It's how you're known to the public by reputation, your personal life, and your professional life. So even if you don't work at all, this is still regarding your public status of some kind, okay? So you could be inquiring right now about anything that could possibly help your position, your public position or persona. Okay, now Venus in your 11th house on the same day, okay, in Gemini, squaring Neptune in your 8th house of Pisces. Not a bad transit at all. It just means that, you know, you've got to come up with money to do something or other. You know, Neptune in your 8th house makes you sometimes go overboard a little bit with the credit cards or bank account or something, checking account, you know, spending way too much money because you just always think it's there. You know, you're not real up on your balances. You know, you just figure, oh, I got room, or you know, on my credit card I'll buy it, or I've got the money to do this or that, so yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go. So this is one of those times that you should probably really check if your friends are asking you to do something with them. You know, and it's going to cost money. It's not a big deal, though. It's just a minor square from Venus. Transits from Venus and Jupiter to and from, no matter what they are never really too bad. Okay. On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your 12th house conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your 12th house. So this is like a kind of like a eureka moment or something, okay? You could find out something even by accident, a secret of some kind, okay? You could stumble across it on your own while you were, you know, like I said, investigating or just, you know, asking questions. You know, you could find out stuff that you weren't aware of, you know. It might be a big deal, it might not be. Or at this time, though, you could make some kind of secret arrangement with someone. And it could be for any reason. It could be for personal, professional, whatever. But you could make some kind of, you know, I don't know, some kind of, doesn't necessarily have to be secret, though, either. But you could be involved with something or other that's with one person or a group of people that maybe you're just not like telling everybody about yet. It could be something that even that you're just working on yourself, you know, and you're waiting for when planets move into your first house. Okay, so whenever the sun and whatever moves into your first house, then you'll spring it on the world, you know, unleash it and let your friends know what you've been up to. Okay, on Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your 12th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 12th house also trines Neptune in excuse me, your 8th house of Pisces. Okay, so we got the Mercury and the Sun again. Okay, they just conjunct, you know, each other the day before, and now they're making a trine to Neptune in your 8th house of other people's money and resources. So this could be something where somebody is giving you something. They could even be leaving you money or giving you something that they have that maybe you've always admired. But maybe you're not supposed to tell anyone about it, okay? This could even be, I really don't think it's a relative. You don't have any planets happening down in the lower half of your chart right now. Everything's like up above. So I would have to say it's people that you know socially or just friends or something like that. Might have something to do with work, maybe not. But you're on the receiving end of some kind of benefit. But not everyone is supposed to know about it. You know, but to me it looks like it's money or the use of something that someone either lets you borrow or just outright gives it to you. Okay? So, for, what do we got here? Sagittarius. Dropping on my papers. Okay, so for Sagittarius, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 7th house trines Saturn transiting in your 3rd house of Aquarius. So, your 7th house is your close relationships. This is a romantic partner, business partner, close friend. Having Venus here means that you know, it's pretty pleasant right now. Your close relationships are pretty pleasant. And this is one of those times where both the 7th house is also like arrangements. It's contracts of any kind. But it could be verbal, handshake deal. Could be actually something in writing. And this could be one of those times where you do actually get something in writing. The 3rd house is also contracts and the written word even. So you could be forming some kind of partnership with somebody right now. Could be romantic, but it could also be for business, whatever. But it might even just be in the talking stage right now. Maybe you're not ready to sign on the dotted line, but it looks like you're able to speak about what it is you would like on your side of the deal, and it looks like they're at least trying to give you that. Okay. On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 8th house, sextiles Uranus transiting in your 6th house of Taurus, and on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 7th house squares Neptune, transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. So, 8th house where you have Cancer and the Sun and Mercury right now. Mercury here brings this area to your attention. Okay, this is passive money coming to you through means other than earning it. This is legacies and wills, insurance payouts, settlements of any kind. Excuse me. Also, if you share property with someone, and also any kind of bank accounts or credit card accounts, anything like that, shared resources. It looks like the sextile, though, to Uranus in your 6th house of the workplace and the kind of work that you do. You may, if you're self-employed, okay, you may need money to start up or to put into your business, to buy even supplies, things like that. So if you're not asking the bank for a loan, someone is possibly loaning you the money that you need. Or if you have a client, I'm pretty sure they'd be paying up front anyway, so you would have the money that you need in order to do whatever it is they ask you to do. Or, you know, if you work for someone else, this is possibly getting better benefits in some way, a perk possibly because of the kind of work that you're doing. You know, there should be an increase in work right now, just having Mars here also at the same time in Taurus. So, yeah, you could get an increase in some kind of benefits. It could be better insurance or something like that. With Venus in your 7th house of relationships squaring Neptune in your 4th house of Pisces, not a bad thing at all. Just that, you know, maybe someone's trying to talk you into having some kind of to-do or whatever at your place, like a little get-together. You know, maybe they want to meet your family or whatever, but hanging out at your place seems to be maybe what somebody wants to do. Okay. On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your 8th house. So I would have to say, you know, I always tell you people, you're the gamblers of the Zodiac, so it's probably a good idea on this day, at least, to play the lottery. Nothing big. Excuse me. Play the main jackpot thing, like a Powerball or a Mega Millions or something like that. But this is getting something moving already. You know, if there was like a delay in money that should be yours, okay, any kind of money, a refund, a loan, winnings, prize winnings or something like that, but it could be an inheritance or the legacy or something or whatever. You should get it on this day, or at least get news of what, you know, when is it coming, you know, the check is in the mail and all that stuff. So I would still, though, play the lottery if I were you. On Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your 8th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 8th house also trines Neptune and Pisces in your 4th house. So I believe that this is something very nice for your home. Okay, your 4th house is your home. It's your family. It's where you actually physically live, though, you know, and the people you live with. It is your past and your childhood, your very foundation. And a lot of times, the 8th house being the house of legacies and inheritances, that maybe this is when even that Sun conjunct Mercury the day before, maybe that's when you learn that someone has left you something. It could be family, it could be anybody, but someone has left you something in a will, or that they're still around, you know, and they're contacting you to let you know that they want to give you something. But it looks like it's something for your home, okay? Or you could get good news regarding your home at this time as far as money goes. Maybe a loan or something like that. 8th house is also the house of taxes. Could be something in regards to your property tax or even income tax, whatever. But to me, it looks like it's good news. Okay. So for Pisces, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 4th house, trine Saturn, transiting in your 12th house of Aquarius. So let's see here. Okay, Venus in your 4th house of your home and your family life, okay? Having Venus here right now makes you want to, like, you know, beautify your surroundings, but it's not like big jobs. It's just like hanging new drapes or maybe even painting or something. But you could have made a purchase that you're keeping secret, you know, from your family or whomever it is that you live with. It could be a pretty big deal. It's something that you want. It makes you feel more secure. It could even be something like that, a security system. Something even like as minor as a ring security ring doorbell with a camera. So, you know, right now, though, you're not really telling everybody about it for some reason or other. Okay, on Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 5th house, 6th house, Uranus transiting in your 3rd house of Taurus, and on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 4th house squares Neptune transiting in your 1st house of Pisces. Okay, well, you know, the Sun in your 5th house of fun. Okay, that's where you have Cancer, and it is the house of fun and entertainment, romance, creativity, sports of any kind. It is gambling and speculation and children. Okay. You know, I'd have to say that you're doing something, you know, sextile to Uranus in your 3rd house of like short distance travel. It is also, though, your own neighborhood, your own area, places where you would go throughout your community. So maybe you are doing something on this day there, like nearby within your own area. You're attending something, some kind of, you know, amusement park or something or other. At the same time, having Venus square Neptune, not a big deal at all. You know, Venus in your 4th house squaring Neptune in your 1st house just means that maybe you feel like you should, I don't know, maybe you should stay home and do or whatever, finish whatever it was you were doing there rather than go out and have fun. Or do you feel maybe somebody's trying to talk you into having a party or something, or a family reunion or something or other, barbecue at your place? Something like that, but it's just a minor square, okay? On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your 5th house conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your 5th house. And this is one of those days I am going to tell you to play the lottery, okay? Because you have this really nice conjunction in your 5th house of gambling, okay? Just play, even if you just want to play a rub-off. But I usually say to play like the biggest jackpot that's around, which is in America, the Powerball and Mega Millions, thing like that. Something like that, okay? This, though, too, is you could get news of some kind. This is, these two things together bring about news and travel. You know, so maybe you are starting a trip on this day with this conjunction happening in your 5th house of fun, okay? You're beginning something. That's what conjunctions are, new beginnings. So you're beginning something here. It could be a creative project, could be a new romance, could be just something fun that you're leaving on a trip, I would say, possibly leaving on a trip for someplace. On Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your 5th house trines Neptune in your 1st house in Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 5th house also trines Neptune in your 1st house. Okay. It's got to be something fun is going on here with these very nice trines. Maybe you feel like, maybe somebody feels like they have to drag you out of the house, you know, but I believe, you know, you're going to let them do it. These are really, really nice aspects to have fun. To do something different or do something that you haven't done for a really long time. Could even be something you used to do when you were younger or in high school or something like that. This is taking up a sport or even physically playing a game. This is dancing, singing, swimming, running, just doing anything creative and anything fun. So I really think that that's what this week is like pretty good for you for that very thing, to have fun.